Welcome to Nacho Fitness Coach. Two friends discuss all things fitness to bring knowledge and some opinions to you wherever you may be in your health journey. My friend Kaylee, the beginner, almost ran a 5K once, recently had her first protein shake, and is the proud owner of one set of 5-pound dumbbells.
And my friend Sarah, the expert, grunts when she lifts, has race walked dozens of races, including a full marathon, and has 12 open protein tubs in the pantry. So let's get started.
Today, we're going to talk about cardio.
Cardio. How do you feel about cardio?
I hate cardio.
You know, in my limited experience, I don't hate it. I thought I would.
When did your experience begin with cardio?
3 months ago.
Hey, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you because you started. That's
legit.
Good.
It wasn't 3 months ago. It was July.
It was over the
last
summer.
year.
Yeah.
I decided I was going to do like a couch to 5K program.
How'd that go?
Okay, well, I thought I was going to be able to do it on my newly acquired treadmill in my living room. And then I couldn't because it needed to track the distance. So I was like, shit, I got to run outside. I was like, all right, do it. I didn't complete the 5K by the end of it. I had an injury.
What did you injure?
My knee.
Oh, well, that makes it a little hard to walk / run. Well, how did it even start? Because I have heard people talk about the couch to 5K. I think I've looked at it at one point, but I mean, what exactly did that entail for you as somebody that had never really done?
I'd never
mileage
really ran other than like middle school, or the
PE,
mile run. I never ran. I don't prefer to run.
So there was probably like
if I'm running,
it's away from something.
You should probably run too because there's danger.
So there's probably been like what, a 12-year gap in your like.
Oh, easily
running.
Okay, so here's what happened. So I live out in the country, and so I just started the first day where it said, now run briskly. I just walked.
Oh, did it have an audio that you downloaded? Okay.
Yep. It would tell me like, here's the warm up, and then it would say, now, your workout starts in 3, 2, 1, and then I would just walk. And then there was a cool down, but I would just, for the first few, I don't know, probably the first week, I probably just walked it, and then I was walking it one day, and I was like, I could do like one lap around my circle drive.
Yeah.
And so I did, and I was like, holy shit.
You mean to run versus
walk?
I
ran it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I ran it. I was like, oh my God. I texted my husband. I was like, I just ran a whole lap. And the circle drive is not big.
It's maybe like a lap around a track.
Right.
You think? Maybe not even quite. I'm talking like 200.
But I texted my husband and I was like, just ran a lap around the circle drive, like a trophy emoji or something. He was like, good job, babe.
Yay.
And then
the kids are out cheering.
I think, and then I think the next time, because it was an every other day thing. And then so the next time I did, I went and ran at one of the parks here with the trail. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what if I just run until I can't run anymore? Try that. So I did that, and it wasn't that long. But I did it. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then at that point I wasn't getting up early to run. And then at that point I thought, okay, like get up early when the sun comes up. This was in the summer, so sun's up. I would get out and I would just run down my gravel road. I think because it was a 10-week program, something like that.
Okay.
Never ended up running the entire 5K.
That was almost a 5K.
It was almost a 5K. I think the very, very last week, I started having problems with my right knee, like where, I couldn't, whenever I would run, I think I told you about it. It was like, do you remember what it was?
No.
Because you told me at the time. You diagnosed me.
It was your IT band, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
My super scientific,
Right.
But I had the same injury
years
ago. So I was like, ooh, I bet you.
I couldn't run on it.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah. And the second you'd stop running, it was fine.
Right.
For the most part.
Yep.
So I kind of jumped ship on that, like I do.
You're like, all right, I'm done. On to the next thing.
So yeah, that's kind of, and since then, like I said, I do have a treadmill. The weather was starting to get colder, so I get up at 5:30. I get on my treadmill. I do at least a 30-minute. I don't know. It kind of depends on what's going on in my life. Sometimes I walk for 30 minutes. Sometimes I walk.
But you set your treadmill on when you walk for 30 minutes.
What do you mean?
Like your number.
I'm supposed to set it?
Oh, wait. I didn't say I turned it on. I just can't.
I just get on it. What are you talking about?
I missed that part.
It's just, it's on, I set it on the ground. It's on the,
it's on. Oh, there's a thing, there's a belt that's supposed to move. You have to hit the green button.
Are you, okay.
Oh my goodness. Okay. You know, there's numbers.
Is anybody still listening?
Oh no.
Okay. What do I set my treadmill on? You're asking speed.
Like the speed
and
the
incline.
Number. Yeah.
I mean,
like if you have like
I wake up and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to walk today. Yeah. I set it at like 3.5 speed.
Yeah.
I'll mess with the incline. I'll do what feels right.
Yeah.
I don't generally roll with it flat. I'll start at a 2 for a warm up, and then as I go,
Do you hang on your handlebars at all?
No. You always ask me that. I don't know what you mean.
Well,
do people do that?
Yeah. I mean, there's the handlebars, along the side, especially as like your incline, like it goes higher.
Do you hold on to the handlebars? I don't know why you ask me that. But
people do because they're like hanging on, and they're like,
that would feel wildly unnatural.
It is wildly unnatural, and you're not working very hard for it either. You're literally just moving, and I'm like, listen, it's way harder to like actually have to like walk on a treadmill, but you'll see people like walking and just hanging on to the handles.
No, I've never done that.
That's good. Okay,
never.
good.
Nope.
Don't start. That's a bad habit.
I don't feel like I would do that.
Okay.
Thank you for that expert advice.
Oh my goodness. Well, there you go. There's my helpful tip for usage of a treadmill: turning it on so the belt moves.
I've gotten to that point. No, I would say I do.
So now if you're feeling good and you're like,
let's say I'm feeling wild and I want to sweat.
Yeah.
I get on, I walk for 5 minutes. I crank it up to 5 max, 5. I tried the 6.5 and I nearly died.
I mean, that's booking it pretty good.
I almost died.
Yeah. It's like a 5.0 is a 12-minute mile.
What I found recently is to keep it at like a 4.78. And I can run for 25 minutes.
So you found that you have a certain pace that allows you to go.
If I try to run on 5 miles per hour, I get burnout pretty quick. I can run at like a 4.7 for a lot longer.
Isn't that crazy how just like that, slowing it down like that much more, how you're like, oh, this is now my like comfort zone.
Right.
And you can just coast. How long does it take you to feel like you're getting into that? Like, all right, I got through the initial, okay, this kind of stinks. I'm fighting through getting moving. But then like if you felt like you hit like that moment where you're like, okay, now I can roll with this for a while and I'm feeling good.
I would say that I don't let myself look at my watch or the time for what I think is probably the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Once I think I'm getting to that point, I'm like, okay, where am I at? Usually I'm pretty close, 9-10 minutes. By 15 minutes, like
you're in it.
I'm feeling it. No, I'm struggling.
You're done.
I'm struggling. That's usually the point.
No, I'm actually done. Not like, I can coast for another 30 minutes. I'm good. I'm maxed out.
I really got it. There's some pep talking that's got to happen around the 15-minute mark
to keep going.
And then probably from there, and then I can roll another 5-10 minutes, and then I'm done. Like physically done. I can't. My legs hurt.
I'm out of it.
I'm done. I'm done. And I check my heart rate, and I'm like, oh, we're there.
Is your watch screaming at you a little bit? I'm telling you it's too loud.
Yeah.
Too fast.
So that's my relationship with cardio. I don't do anything but my
every morning now?
Yeah.
So you started off every other day.
Now it's every morning.
Now it's like your thing.
I wouldn't say I'm not doing that run every morning.
Well, but
I'm on my treadmill
and doing something.
I try to take a rest day. What's your cardio? What does that look like?
Nothing. It's the worst thing to me. In fact, this is the reason why I finally was like, okay, I had baby number 4. She's like 19 months old now. And I'm like, okay, each kid progressively got longer before I was like, okay, I'm ready to get back into like my original clothes and all the things. So now I'm like, okay, it's time. This is the last time I have to do it. I'm ready to drop the last 15, 20 pounds to be where I'd like to be. And the 3 things I know I need to dial in to get there, I need to do differently than what I'm doing already, is Car-dee-O, which I will never do unless somebody's actually telling me to do it.
Right.
And watching that I do it.
Oh.
Or like, that I have to check in.
Yeah.
Accountability. Not physically watching me. That'd be horrible to watch me run. But that ab work, I do not like doing core work, but I need to do it.
I've never done core work. I don't know what that means.
Well, we'll add it to the list. We'll talk about it. And I need to dial in my food.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's
Same.
also a huge part of it where I'm like, I know that's all it's going to take for me to get there, but without somebody watching. So even though I know what I should be doing, I can write my own plan. I can write my own program. Right. I can follow it all out. I've coached people. It doesn't matter. I still have to go back to my same coach that's helped me over and over and over again and be that accountability person, check in. So she'll be like, you have to do 25 to 30 minutes of cardio 5 days a week this week. And I'll be like, and somehow I'll like actually do it.
I want to go into another funny story.
What's that?
About you and I and cardio.
Oh, okay.
You might not remember this.
No.
This past summer when I was first starting running.
Oh no. What did I say?
Surprise! We were dropping our kids off at dance.
Oh yeah.
And I was getting into my couch to 5K. I was like maybe like 2 kilometers in. I made 2 kilometers, and I was like, I was on top of the world. I had never in my life run 2 kilometers. Okay.
Oh no.
So we met up, and I was like, Sarah, I ran 2 kilometers this morning. You're like, oh, and you were great, gracious. Great job. That's awesome. Good for you. And then you were like, oh my God, that reminds me of the time I ran a marathon. And I'm like, you mean like a half marathon? You're like, no, like a full ass full marathon. And I was like,
was that really my first response, or is that just what you think you heard?
That's how it went. That's how it went, essentially. You were like, good job on your 2K. I one time ran a full marathon.
Honestly, I don't even know why you still talk to me like while you're friends.
You did it in a way that you were like, yeah, same. Like, same. I once ran a full, what's a marathon?
26.2 miles.
0.2 miles.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, same.
Yeah.
We're the same person. You ran 2 kilometers. I ran.
That probably felt like 26.2 miles to you.
And I was just like,
oh, well, no, wait a second. That explains why I didn't hear from you then for like 3 weeks. You're like,
and then the rest of my couch to 5K was just me, like rage running. Sarah,
do you want to sign up for
26 miles?
Do you want to sign up to do a full marathon?
Never.
You know what is the worst part for me about doing a full marathon? Like I signed up for, this team where you do this, you fundraise, it's part of it. Like I'm going to run this marathon to fundraise money for this group.
Right.
And then they have the coaches and they train you through the whole thing. And then it was in San Diego, the Rock and Roll San Diego. And I was like, okay, I can do this. Like, I was always an athlete. And then I got out of college and you get into like a new city and you've got a job. And I was like, what do people do for like activity? Like I was always used to being in like team sports or active or having like some sort of like structure around like intramurals or whatever.
Right.
And I was like, what do people do? I always see people running on the sides of the streets. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's what you do as an adult. Like I'm an adult now. Like I graduated college. I have a job. That's what you do. You go and you just learn how to run.
Well, and that's what you told me that day. That's the part of the story I kind of left out, was that you were like, I said, when did you run a 5K? And you were like, basically, this is not verbatim, but this is, to me, you were like, I don't know, I was sitting around bored one weekend and I was like, what should I do? What do people do when they're bored? Oh, they run a marathon. Yeah. I just ran a marathon. That's basically what you told me, essentially. So you were like, good job on your 2K, but one day I was bored, so I ran 26 points, whatever. Why not? It was at that moment that I was like, we're not the same.
We're not the same.
I will never, for a vast amount of reasons, run a full marathon.
Well, I mean, that would be like from here to like the next big town over.
The least of which,
take it out on the highway and go.
Out of pure boredom. Get on TikTok like a normal person.
Well, I do think it was like 4 hours for me. I mean, I'm a race walker.
Is that good? I don't even know what that means. Is that good? Is that bad?
4 hours for a half marathon? Yeah, I think so.
I thought you did a full marathon.
A full marathon. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the truth comes out.
No. It was 26.2. Maybe it wasn't quite. Maybe 4 was real too fast. Did I get 5? Maybe I was closer to 5. I don't know. I averaged.
Hours?
Yes.
You ran a full marathon? I don't know. I don't know what these times mean.
I don't know. I need my calculator out. So I think my pace was anywhere between 12 to 15 minute miles on average. But then like I was walking most of it. So it's probably like 18 to 21 minute miles.
I mean, the fact remains that one day you were bored.
Yeah. And I was like, let's go.
And you were like, I'm going to run a marathon. One day I decided I'm fat and lazy. And so I'm going to do a couch to 5K.
Hey, go big or go home.
I mean,
listen, you do the full marathon, and then anything after that, you're like, I got this, because like I did the big long.
Maybe we'll see. One day
never
we'll see.
Never.
I don't mind running. I really don't.
Well,
I thought I would hate it. I hate some parts of it, but I think based on like what you say, other than your just nonchalantly ran a marathon. It sounds like you truly hate running and cardio.
I do. I'm not built like it. Like I was a thrower. I was a catcher in softball. Like I am not built to run, and nobody ever taught me how to run correctly either, which I think is also something that helps.
Oh, am I supposed? Is there a correct way to?
Yes.
Am I supposed to be doing?
I know. There's like running form, which I've never been taught.
All right, I'm out.
I just got. I just went out there and I felt like I probably looked like BB from Friends.
That's what I do.
Like running
That's
in the park,
what I do.
And it's just like you get going. And
yep.
I was like, it gives you a chance to clear your head. You put on your headphones.
Right.
Like you just go out, and it was fine. But like my knees started bothering me. Like I think so the training runs were what was the worst part for me getting ready for a full marathon.
Right.
Because you get on your weekends, you have these longer training runs where you're like, you do 6 and then 8 and then 10 and 12. Like every week you're adding on the mileage. And so you get halfway through your training program for the full marathon, and all of a sudden now you're running half marathons weekly. You're like a 14-mile training run and 16, 18, 20, 22.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm only 4 miles to the end of the race, but yet now I got to do this all over again because this was like the training got really hard. So my knee flared up and was not happy. But that's when I discovered barefoot shoes, and I love barefoot shoes.
No, thank you. Hard pass.
Oh, but they are so comfortable. They are good for your feet.
The thing about me,
you can't be a lazy runner if you've got.
I have flat feet.
Oh, that's true.
Incredibly flat feet. Should I even be running? I don't know. Probably not.
I don't know.
I am.
I mean, if you like it, you should do what you like.
But, I probably shouldn't barefoot run.
Well, if you have no arches, that might be a little challenging. Yeah, that might be a problem.
But so let's talk about quickly the 12-3-30.
Right. Treadmill. So when you're on your treadmill and you're going through your time, what do you do when you're doing your morning cardio on your treadmill?
What do I do? Like listen to music?
Yeah. And you found this because what do you do with your phone?
I watch TikTok. I have
with a clicker.
With a clicker. I have a clicker. My husband bought me a clicker.
Which I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah, it's just I don't have to hold my phone. I just mount my phone up on the little dashboard. Is it called a dashboard? If you will.
Sure. The panel, I guess.
The panel.
Yeah.
I mount my phone. I have a clicker and I just click through TikToks. Do you TikTok much? I know I send you TikToks.
I have an account mostly just to be able to watch the videos that you
mindlessly scroll.
No.
So maybe you don't know about the time warp that happens.
Well, that's actually probably why I don't TikTok, is because I do know the time warp that will happen. I'll be like, I can't let 2 hours of my life just go by.
Right.
Which happens.
I've done it. I've done that. I've done that.
Guilty.
Multiple, many hours. So it's kind of perfect for the treadmill because you
mindless scrolling.
You
want
want time to
forget
just go
about
fast.
what you're doing.
So I know I have my clicker and I TikTok.
And you came across a gem.
I came across a TikTok trend. The way it was introduced to me was that Khloe Kardashian does this treadmill trend.
Who doesn't want to do what the Kardashians
Right.
are doing?
I personally tried to do
blindly follow everything that they do.
Everything.
Why not?
That the Kardashians do. It's known as the 12-3-30 workout. You set your treadmill to an incline of 12 and a speed of 3 miles per hour and then walk for 30 minutes. Now, my treadmill doesn't go to 12. My treadmill maxes out at 10 incline, but give or take.
I mean, that last 2%.
Does it make all the difference?
I mean, try it at the gym because the ones at the gym, I think, go up to 15.
Oh,
see,
I'd pass.
You could just stop at the 12.
This concept originated from social media influencer Lauren Giraldo. She first shared it on YouTube in 2019 and again on TikTok in November 2020. Racked up 12 million views and more than 2.7 million likes and counting. Helped her lose 30 pounds.
I mean, so this is part of my issue with social media. I mean, I have lots of issues with social media, but it's a social media influencer that is now creating fitness trends.
But if it's something that she tried to do, like
true,
and she lost 30 pounds, do you think that there's something we don't know?
Probably.
That helped her lose
30
pounds?
It doesn't say
we also don't know how
long.
The time frame was.
Right. I mean, you never know.
Okay. And so we touched on this in a previous episode we talked about where this is the trend where I saw it and I was like, I can do that.
Yeah, you sent me the video.
All day long.
Here, have you heard about this?
I can do this all day long.
Easy.
I'm going to lose 60 pounds. I don't have 60
pounds. It's only 3
pounds.
miles an hour. It's only 3 miles an hour.
3 miles
an
hour.
This is slow.
I think that's the sell for me.
30 minutes? Yeah.
Yeah. And I texted Sarah and I was like, I'm going to do this TikTok Kardashian treadmill trend. And she was like, okay.
I was like, well, you had me at TikTok. I was like, okay, next. And go for it.
Yeah, she
Let
said,
me know how that
it.
goes.
And so what did I do? I tried it.
Yep.
Didn't last very long. I didn't make it.
How many minutes do you think you made that first time?
I think I did 23 minutes.
I mean, that's pretty good still, though.
Right. But then I never wanted to do it again. I never went back. What did I tell you? I said I wanted to do a week.
Yeah. Have you done it since?
I mean, I've tried to push the boundaries on the incline a little bit more.
But you've not successfully completed the 12-3-30.
I have not. No. But that's funny because that's what you told me. You're like, no, that looks incredibly hard. And I'm like, it looks so easy.
Slow. So slow.
That's so slow.
Can't be that hard.
I couldn't do it. I didn't do it. So that's the hard part. We don't know. She lost 30 pounds. We don't know. We don't have enough information.
We do not have enough information. We don't know how long. We don't know what else she did.
Right.
This is why the internet.
Would you do it?
I might try it now just to kind of see.
For a week? Or
probably.
Just try it?
I mean, I'm supposed to be doing cardio.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, I'd probably try it. Here's what I do like about it. I like that that's walking. I think running is really hard on your body. It's really hard on your joints. You get like a 12 to 15 times like impact on your body from gravity if you're running. So, you think of like knees, aging, all the things. If you're truly looking at ways to get cardiovascular fitness in and help your heart, walking is my favorite. I like that it is at an incline because that makes it hard. As long as you're not holding on to the handles.
I mean, who does that?
I don't know. So as long as you're keeping your hands off the handles, you should actually try it. You should do that. You should try it holding on to the handles and then not be like, okay, this is much harder.
When my treadmill is on that much of an incline, I can't hold the handles. Yeah. I'm way up there.
Well, that's true. It kind of changes like your angle.
Because I thought about that the other day when you texted me.
Or like the front. Because there's handles in the front too. Like some people.
Yeah, they're way. In the front. I'm too jacked up.
Yeah.
At that point.
I like those two things about it. I like that it's at least 30 minutes because then you're getting your heart rate up and it's getting out into a state where it's like longer term. So you're working on that muscle and you're building on the muscle and things like that. So there are aspects of this particular workout that I do like.
Right.
Where I just always get a little iffy is when they start relating it to pounds lost.
Right.
And like the whole social.
So you try it. But you give it you give it a general thumbs up.
Yeah, okay. For sure. And now I'm gonna have to do it, and then we'll have to report back and see how it went.
Let's do it.
So yeah, I do think that
if I can almost do it, you can do it.
I honestly know. I'm very deconditioned when it comes to cardiovascular activity, but we'll give it a try. So yes, there are aspects about it that I do like. I do think it's something that's a really good option for people, and it's very defined.
Yeah.
So, which helps people.
Right.
Know
and that's
exactly
what I need. I need
to
to cut and dry that you do this for this long on this setting.
Yeah. So, all right. So then if we put it on a scale for whether or not you love it or hate it, 1 is you hate it. 10 is that you love it.
We got to do a scale.
Don't you think? I don't know. Where would you put it?
When I first saw it, I would have given it a solid 5 stars. Like, sounds great. No running.
Yeah, easy.
Already, I have a treadmill. Like, yeah, this is great. I can do this. This is how I'm going to lose weight.
Right.
Then I did it. And then the star count dropped to, I don't know, probably a 2.5.
Negative. You're like, this isn't great.
I'm sure it's great for somebody. It's probably not for me.
I like it from the aspects of it's very defined. It's a solid workout for people to be able to work towards or do right away. Once I do it, I'm totally going to hate it. So I'm probably going to hate it. So I guess we'll see.
Yep.
Love it and hate it.
Okay.
Which is not super helpful.
Okay.
But all right, there we go. That's where we're at with Car-dee-O. We'll report back.
Are we both going to do it?
Yeah, we both got to do it. We both got to do it, and then we'll talk about it. So,
all right, let's do it.
There we go.
We'll be back.
All right, until next time.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the episode. Be sure to let us know how you feel about the topic. Do you love it or hate it?
Also, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating, and of course, tell your friends. Until next time.
You've been listening to Euphony Innovatives Sonified.